What's good, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if this video pop in on your screen, just know I'm here to deliver a valid message for you and also an valid information in the financial market, how I trade XAUUSD. All right. So all you have to do is to grab a cup of coffee and watch the video to the end. How I explained how I made $120 trading XAUSD using support and resistance and trend line. All right, this is going to be a breakdown on how I trade NFP on the 1st of August 2025. You all know NFP is a very high impact news, and this video is to show you how I've been able to catch a valid pips, a valid sniper trend, and how I made such amount of money trading just XAUUSD. And so, if this is your first time to this channel, all you have to do is to subscribe, like, share, and follow for more. Turn on the notification button so that you won't get missed out whenever I drop a valid information like this in this space. All right. So, if you have done that, thanks and also welcome to this channel. My name is Remember MC, and I do trade XAUSD instrument for now. All right. So, without wasting much of our time, let's dive straight to the videos and let me do the breakdowns how I trade NFP on the 1st of August 2025 and how I'll be able to make good pips, how I'll be able to catch some sniper entering and how I'll be able to navigate my way around to make good quality setups, and also end of the day we end up bagging some good amount of profit from the market. All right, so let me explain this on a live chat, and I believe this video will be helpful to you and also improve your trading system as well, applying the same concept to your own trading style. All right, so let's dive in straight to the video. So you can see right there, let me start from daily charts. I can explain everything, how I'll be able to look out for a sniper setup on XAUUSD. All right, so on a daily chart, let's see what we have here on the daily chart. All right, so before I do any analysis on the chart, what I have to do is to go on the daily chart to see what the trend of the market has been doing. All right, so if you look here, XAUSD has been giving us a uptrend momentum for a very long period of time. We have been having this uptrend movement. Market has been spiking up lately, and that's the overall trend for XAUSD. But at the same time, we're now having these consolidations around this point where price has been giving us some consolidations around these areas for a very long time. And such kind of market conditions, this is how we go about trading such. All right, but in the overall trend, we are seeing an uptrend. So my buyers was still looking up for a possibility to buy. That has been my bias. Keep looking for possibility to buy. All right, so on a 4-hour time frame, I look up what the trend is telling me. All right, so we had a sharp decline after price reached some areas of interest. Price did a sharp decline around this point. There was a massive sell. Price has been dropping, declining crazily, and we only made some few pips around this point. Then the rest of the day we not trade based on how I look out for my setups. All right, I only look out for quality setups. So if there's no setups, and there's nothing to trade, there's nothing to look at for. All right, so we'll be expecting price to drop down again, back again to our strong 4 hours support zone, so we can look out for possibility to buy back the market to the upside. But fortunately enough, just a few pips, should I call it about 20 pips or about 30 pips close to our support zone, where we are looking out for a buy opportunity, and the market find its way back up by giving us a pullback to the upside, whereby market drop, and whereby the market drop, giving us a higher high, higher low, So higher high, it gives us a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, and we're expecting price to come back again to this 4 hours support I mark out here. Then so we can look out for maybe an entries or a chart pattern, then push back the market again to the upside, because the overall direction for XAUSD at this point is still on a buy bias, still on a buy trend. So you don't have to go against the trend. But currently the 4 hours we are having a sharp decline, so we needed to look out for what will happen next, if there's any possibility where we can continue to sell the trade, all right, back again to the support for a proper retracement, all right. But at the same time we see nothing like that. So let me do the explanation on 1 hour so you understand how I look out for entries and how I'll be able to trade NFP. So right here at this point, this was where we call out a trade last week for a sell. And I believe for those who are in my channel, and we saw how we made some huge pips from this. We went in for a sell around this point, and the confirmation was doing on 15 minutes. We target this particular resistance, this support as our take profit, and we were risking about just 50 pips. Yeah, entry was on 15 minutes, so we're losing 50 pips, and we're targeting 220 pips. Yes, I think so. Yeah, that was it. So that was our target, and fortunate enough, price played out and we make huge amount of money. For those who missed out the trade, because I call out the signals very late, some students missed out, but for those who are active on the channels, we make huge amount of money by just following that same process. So back to what I was saying, we're expecting a sharp after this retracement back to our neckline, which is our resistance. Then price drop. We're expecting price to drop back to 4 hour support, so we can have a proper retracement. Then look out for a patterns or a confirmations. Then we can buy back the market again, and we'll keep pushing back the market to the upside. But instead, price created something like this without dropping fully back to the support, and what price went up and what start bouncing around or playing around our resistance. And I was looking for a sell around this point. If price drop a little bit above the previous neckline, then I'll be looking for a sell back to the proper retracement zone, which is our 4 hour support. But I did not see such stuff. So what comes into my mind was, what should I be doing at this point? The overall trend on XAUSD is still on a bullish trend, and the buy strengths are still there. But at the same point, I'm finding it difficult to look up for entry points. All right. And what comes into my mind is, let me allow everything to play out itself. And that is why in trading, you have to be 100% patient and not wait for your setups, because not every day you might actually find a setups, and based on that you might end up jumping in for a trade and end up losing your capitals before your setups played out in front of you. So what I do basically was just to hold on and watch how the market forms around, and how the market will give me a confirmations or a structure where I can jump in for a trade. So around this point, I saw this retracement and price find its way to create something like this around this point. All right, so price dropped down and what start bouncing up again. Those were just playing around my resistance. So what comes into my mind is, if I want to look in for a sell to sell back these instruments, all I need to do is to wait for price to take out this particular low, come back for a little bit retracement on lower time frames, then I will short back the market to 4 hours support, and that has been my target. But at the same time, I have to fix my mind in a way by if what I'm expecting do not play out, I have to follow what I'm saying on my live chat. All right, so on the 1st of August, which is 1st of August, which is always first Friday of the month, and 2025, that was NFP. I check my economic calendars, and we have NFP coming around 1:30 p.m. All right, so I was looking for opportunities to sell. That was my first bias. Okay, if this trade, if this NFP wants to play it out, I was looking for a sell bias. All right, so that was my first thought in mind, sell bias. All right, but at the same time, you don't have to conclude when the market is still yet to form. So all you have to do is to be patient enough to look out for what will happen next. All right, so my sell bias still remain the same. If I still want to go in for this trade for a sell, price need to what drop down to this point, then I can look for a entry point around that areas to sell back the market to 4 hours resistance. That has been my bias. But regardless, I have to apply what we call trend line strategy to confirm what the market is doing. All right, so I have to apply a trend line strategy to confirm what the market is doing. Sorry for that. Sorry, I'm having a slow network connection around this point, and let's give it time. Let everything clear out. All right, all right. So it's working perfectly well. So I have to apply a trend line strategy by connecting the recent high, drag it down to see what the market has been doing. All right. So around this point, I noticed that price, drop, price drop, and came back, touched the trend line, and price declined again. And since then, price has been bouncing around this point. So that is why my bias on the sell still remains that price need to break out from this zone entirely before I can look out for a sell, because I believe that that area was a strong zone for XAUSD. So for price to do any, for me to go in for any trade, then I have to see a full retracement or a full breakout from that zone. Then I can conclude that okay, the market is about to what, drop more further. All right. So by the same time, I did not see anything, but instead I saw uh, 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 a double bottom around this point. We can call this a full double bottom, because this is not in a comfort zone where we can conclude that okay, this is a double bottom. But instead, price just created this in the middle of nowhere and what, break out from the trend line, yet still reacting on a resistance. So quickly, I moved to 15 minutes to see what the price has been doing there. Right, so that's why you have to look out for confirmations. Make sure that you're not doing the wrong thing. You have to look out for proper confirmations there before doing anything. All right, so around this point on the 15-minute time frames, I noticed that okay, price has been consolidating around this point and price breaks above the trend line. All right, so what I needed to do is to what, okay, connect my recent trend line on the 15-minute time frames to look out for what, a sniper entering around this point. So around this point, I have to change my bias from a sell to a buy bias. Reason behind it, because I have this zone around this point where price need to take out so I can go in for a sell, but price refused to react on that. Price refused to take out or break above that zone. So that comes into my mind that okay, that means there's a possibility that XCUSD will start buying back again. And that's why I have to look out for possibility entrance, to look out for sniper entrance, to look out for a zone where market will react on, so I can jump in for a trade. All right, to jump in and make money. All right, so the goal is just to make money, right? So there's nothing in there. You're looking for just possibility ways to make money from the news. All right, so on my 15 minutes, I saw market giving me this particular price actions here. Price went up and dropped down. Some people can call this double bottom, right? Price breaks above it, came back for a retest on the trend line. I connected on 1 hour time frames, and price started giving me this higher highs and higher lows. All right, so at this point, you all know how I trade. Whenever I see a good valid higher highs and higher lows, all you have to do is to connect my trend lines to see how it plays out. All right, all I have to do is to connect my trend lines to see how the market react on it. By just doing this simple thing, just connect a trend line And if there's any breaks from the trend line, then what I need to look at next is to what a retracement, and I jump in for a sell. So that's for those who know me very well, how I trade. That's basically what I look at for a break from the trend line. Then I go in for a sell. But if there's no break and I have a third touch on that trend line, what I need to look at for is possibility to jump in for a buy trade. All right. So I have to connect my trend line again on the 15-minute time frames to look at for possible ways to jump in for a trade. All right. So at this point, I was looking, okay, price is still reacting on a resistance zone. So if I want to go in for this trade, I need to see price take out this 15-minute trend line, and then I can confirm my entering and jump in for a sell. Then target where the 4 hours will support, where the 4 hour support, where I've been looking for a proper retracement all this while. All right. So uh if you pay attention closely to the chart, you saw that price went up, touched the trend line, spike up again to the resistance, and price drop again back again to the 15-minute trend line. And I saw this confirmation candlesticks. For those who study price actions, candlestick patterns, and candlestick formations, whenever you see these patterns, this kind of candlestick formations, you already know what to do. Let me show you. Whenever you see this kind of candlestick formations around this area, this candlestick patterns here, whenever you see such kind of candlestick patterns, you already know what it means and what it's telling you in the market. This tells me that buyers are in this market regardless of the zones where they are reacting on. So based on that, I called out the trade for a buy, and I have to risk a little pips so that in case the market go against us, we just have to lose some few pips, lose some few couple of money, and figure out what next to do. All right. So when I saw this particular candlestick forms, and what I did was to call out for a trade. All right. I called out for a trade for a buy immediately. When I saw that, I called out for a trade, and my target was around, yeah, my first take profit was around this zone, because there was another areas I was looking for price to react on. That was what I did, and we're risking about 50 pips. Yeah, that was about 50 pips. Yeah, exactly. We're risking 50 pips. So why did I call that for 50 pips and we increase our maximum profit? So in case if the price go against us, we only lose 50 pips. So based on that, based on your loss size you're using, you already know how much you're willing to risk and how much you're losing at the moment. So that was why I have to look out for possible ways to make sure we look out for we look out for tight stop loss and maximize our profit if the market goes to our directions. All right, and that was all I did during the NFP, and we allow it to play out, and you saw what happened. There was a crazy buy to the upside, and I quickly updated the platform that, okay, since the market is going to our directions, all we have to do is to what open your take profit, let it runs, and so you can make more money in this market. All right, so I allowed my own to run back to where I was expecting a sell, which is on the 1 hour time frames. If you look closely, here was a zone I was expecting price to react on. So I told them to leave the price to run back towards 300 and 3,352 price. That's where I was looking to take my profit. And what happened? That was a crazy move to the upside, and that was where I'll be able to make 552 pips from this market. All right, 552 pips from this market, and you can see very crazy move, and that was how we killed NFP. That was how we make crazy bucks in NFP. That was how I'll be able to make $120 trading NFP, just using trend line, support, and resistance. All right, so that was how basically I trade the market yesterday, and that was how we make some couple of bucks from our channels and from our Telegram channels, and from also private channels as well. That was how I did analysis, and that was how we made cool bucks from it. So if this video find helpful to you, and you love my trading styles, there will be a link on the description of this video where you can join my free Telegram channels. We just have about 45 members there, and I once in a while I updated the group. But if you want to be part of my mentorships, you want to be part of my inner gangs, then there's also a link where you can also message me from in Telegram. The link will also be there where you can chat me directly on Telegrams, and we'll go about it. So if this video finding helps you, please drop some likes and also subscribe to this channel for more engagement, and also for me to be encouraged to do more video like this and more educational content like this for you guys. All right, this is a very good explanation how I'll be able to make some crazy money on Xauusd, how I'll be able to make 520 pips. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's a lot of pips to bag in. All right, just imagine you went in for maybe you increase your lot size to 10 lot size. That would be crazy amount of money, man, we are talking about here. All right, so it's good we maintain our risks, it's good we maintain our lot sizes, and also good what you're doing in the market. Instead of over risking, you went in with a proper lot size, and wherever you see from the market, you just bag out, and that's good. All right, that's good. All right, so basically this is how I did my analysis, simple and clean, just using support and resistance and trend line, understanding the concept behind these two strategies, and definitely I'm going to make crazy amount of money. So next week, what I'll be looking at for, because currently now the market has is closed because this is Saturday. So I just did this video to explain how we made a huge amount of money trading NFP. So next week, which is Monday, I'll be doing my analysis and be preparing for the week ahead to see how we can be able to back in again on Xauusd. All right, so I believe this video is helpful to every one of you guys, and if you're beginners watching this video and you find it difficult on some areas in the videos, please just drop a comment, and I will look towards it and also look for a way to clear you out. All right, thank you guys for watching these videos. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you guys for the flow, for the subscribers. Last week we are having about 20 subscribers, but currently now I'm seeing we are having about 54 subscribers. That's massive, man. That's massive love. I really appreciate that. And thanks for liking my content. Thanks for joining the channel. And I believe I'll be dropping more educational content like this that will also elevate your trading styles and also make put some money in your bags just trading or following my kind of trading styles. All right, thank you guys, and also see you on the next video. Bye for now.